Hello there everybody, good morning. Welcome to the JRV Morning Show. I'm here live from the Riverwalk Park here in Bakersfield, California. More specifically in southwest Bakersfield. And it is the newer part of town, as well as, I wouldn't say it's the only really nice and luxurious part of town, because there are many areas where that happens. But there is definitely a sense that it is more affluent. It is a more affluent part of town, at least most of the Southwest is. I don't know why I'm telling you that. It's really insignificant to what we're going to talk about today, but I guess it wanted to come out anyways. So good morning everyone. Thank you for joining in live. Thank you for joining in the archives. We are just coming after the big pink full moon that was celebrating spring and all of the blooming that's happening, all of the new growth, all of the colors that are exploding onto the scene, as well as in our own lives, really feeling the expansion and growth of new possibilities, new relationships, that new jobs, new career paths that are emerging, new homes, new relocating to a new space, a new energetic. Those are all things that are underway currently in this full moon cycle, this spring expansion energy that we are having right now. And I mean, just look at this. It's, you know, for Bakersfield, this is like a very amazing, beautiful blue sky. There's no chemtrails crisscrossing the air, and there's just a slight, a bit of smog in the distance showing up, but it's just a beautiful day. I definitely feel warm, but I'm very happy to be out here and enjoying this weather and joining all of you here live this morning. So, let's see, what do we want to talk about? What do I want to get started with? So, when I was tuning in before the show, I did think about scandal, and we never talked about scandals last week's episode. And today's Wednesday, so tomorrow's already going to be the next episode. But they didn't really reveal any information about who the mysterious elite controllers were, as far as the ones that were funding and directing the nefarious activities going above the government or around the government or through the government, just because they've infiltrated somehow. But again, they haven't revealed themselves. But they definitely are showing how easy it could be to be taken advantage of, to be blackmailed, to be used, because it really does, you know, we might want to tell ourselves, oh, that's a drama on a TV show, I would never be susceptible to something like that. Well, you get offered $300 million, then you tell me how you respond to that. And it's easy to say right here and now, oh, no, I would never take $300 million or $100 million or $50 million to keep a secret, to keep my mouth shut. But have you been faced with that? And if you haven't, then you really don't know whether you would or wouldn't. You are just kidding yourself if you think you know. All right. I don't know why. Anyhow, things to think about, things to consider when running up against this new information that's coming to the surface about some of these quote-unquote conspiracy theories that oftentimes happen to be conspiracy facts. However, there's a lot of misinformation, a lot of bullshit and nonsense mixed in. So yes, it can look rather crazy to an outsider, but of course, as I always say and suggest, it's very important to use your own internal guidance system to run any information that you're getting from anybody through to see, is this true for me? Does this make sense? Is this, let's see what I want to say. Is this true for me? Is this a bigger picture truth? Is what I'm hearing the whole story? You know, it's really important to, we can ask these things and get information from the unseen, the invisible realms, but if we don't ask, we don't get the information. And so my point is, as always, I wouldn't judge. Judgment cuts us off from our higher guidance, from our higher awareness. So judgment, I find, is a real big fat waste of time, but that's just my opinion. And when we're able to look through the eyes of non-judgment, from a neutral space, we're really able to see the bigger picture in a new and different way versus just seeing dots that show up. The whole picture shows up when we aren't emotionally charged and triggered and swayed and in a reactive place. When we're in our peace and our calm, in 0 point, when we're not fluctuating like a pendulum from past to future to past to future to past to future, when we can really just settle that pendulum down and become present in this moment, in this now moment, in this ever-present now moment that's unfolding to the next now moment, 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 one unfolding into the next, unfolding to the next, unfolding into the next. However, all of our power comes from that ever-present now moment and being able to be within that still point within and allow that to radiate out like a star in every direction into our world, into our life, into our realities, into our unfolding that is happening on planet Earth at this time. Woo! All right, so that was a lot. I'm hoping that I have enough signal strength. I'm showing on my phone that all is well, but I'm not sure until someone lets me know that we are a-okay. So I would appreciate that if anyone is watching live, if you could just give me the thumbs up, that'd be awesome. Okay, so without further ado, I'm not sure if it's time for the 11:11 meditation yet, but it feels like I would like to do that now. So I'm gonna swing around here and show you some of the park. This is, I'm up on in the amphitheater area that is the Bright House amphitheater, and I'm sure it's going to be changing to Spectrum soon since Bright House is no longer. Anyhow, so we're out here and it's time for the 11:11 meditation. So I would like you to now go ahead and close your eyes and begin to grow roots from the base of your spine and the bottoms of your feet down into the center of Mother Earth, connecting your energy to the earth energy, connecting your energy consciously, expressing your love and gratitude down your roots and waiting for a response back. Mother Earth is alive, she's awake, she's aware, and she absolutely loves to connect with us in this way. Yes, wonderful, great job everybody. And now we are becoming aware of our heart space, and in our heart space is a gold and silver ball of light that is beginning to expand bigger and bigger and bigger, and this is a symbolic representation of our divine spark that we are able to grow and expand at will. And so we're expanding that light from the infinite source within us that is us out like a star, and we're taking that sphere of light out 33 feet all around us, again 33 feet all around us, perfect sphere, and it's energized from the inside out from an unlimited source of energy, and it is what connects us to the infinite awareness of the universe, source creator energy. This is what allows creative expression to move through us out into the world. This is what allows this we are what allows this divine energy to move through us out into the world, creating our personalities, our gifts and abilities, our personal realities, and really what makes this whole world, this earth, this alive, this awake and aware planet, and all life upon her, is what makes this world tick, so to speak. What makes this world unfold in its magical ways. And I love the bird energy confirming for us this energy. Wonderful. All right, so I'm just tuning in here to check in to see where we're going to be heading on our adventure today. We're going to go to the Great Pyramid of Giza, and I would like you now to lift off in your golden silver ball of light, leaving time, space, gravity, limitations, doubt, unworthiness go, allowing you to lift off in your gold and silver ball of light, heading faster than a flash to the Great Pyramid of Giza, the biggest pyramid on that plateau. And as we're flying over, take a good look at the Sphinx and connect with her eyes, and you will notice a quick, energetic transfer. And continue your flight. You're flying into the center of this pyramid, right through the stone, right to the exact center of the pyramid, the Great Chamber, and you will notice a stone sarcophagus bathtub-like creation in the middle of this sacred room within the center of the pyramid. And I would like you to lay down in this bathtub-like stone container, for lack of better words. And we're going to relax and begin to go deeper and deeper within, as the universal cosmic forces of love are now focusing in on that great center of that great pyramid, really giving you, me, us, all those that choose to engage in this activity of light, a upgrade, a transmission of healing, and divine inspiration for this now moment, as well as any assistance needed to heal any out of balance behaviors, addictions, thought processes that you are now ready to let go of, release, and move forward and choose a different way. This is also very energizing. This is very lightening our vibration, and this is also allowing this energy to ripple out like a star in every direction, filling up the entire planet with this divine loving energy. So not only are we benefiting from this, so is the entire planet. That is how powerful we are when we work together. And when we use our conscious gifts and abilities and our imagination, one of the greatest tools in our spiritual toolbox. Feels really good, everybody. Feeling really good. This feels amazing. Yes. And you might notice some different physical sensations. Just allow this energy to move throughout your body, allowing any so-called stuck energy to move with ease and grace and dissolve easily on this powerful light, this universal forces of love and light. Let's take a deep breath together. One more. Yes. Feels so good. All right, so now we are going to just take a few moments, again, check in with our grounding, really allow this energy to be grounded. This is a powerful, quick energy healing that we are doing on ourselves. These things do not have to take a long time, as you can see here. Wonderful. Thank yourself, thank your entire Light Align team. Give yourself a big giant hug. And a big huge pat on the back. You're doing a great job. There are no guarantees on this planet. And the fact that we are alive and we are here and we can come together is a miracle. The fact that we have our breath, the fact that we have a roof over our head, the fact that we are able to walk about this planet or move about this planet and engage one another. Miracle after miracle after miracle. Yes. All right, we are taking off in our gold and silver ball of light, heading faster than a flash back to wherever we are physically located, coming back into our physical bodies, beginning to wiggle our fingers and toes, and opening up our eyes whenever you are ready. And we're gonna go ahead and pan around and give everybody a little bit different view here of the park. The park is on one side, and then there's an adjacent shopping center. And then here on the other side is the river that flows whenever we have lots of water. And I noticed there's a gopher here, but he's, let's see if I can catch him. He's kind of peeking out. Ah, are you gonna come out, my little friend, and say hi to everybody? Say hi to everybody. Say hi. Hi, my little gopher friend. You're so cute. Ah. He's like barely coming out. I'm not sure if you guys can see or not. Okay, so we're gonna let him do gopher stuff, and we're gonna continue on doing the card reading of the day before we go ahead and finish up here. So, knock on the deck, bringing it current, and we are asking for the card that represents the energies of the collective, that best represents the energy of the collective today, this now moment, and this physical day here on earth that we are in. Here we are again, awakening. It's happening, people. And so fascinating. Awakening, I don't think people realize what that means. I think there's been a lot of ideas put out there that, you know, may or may not come true, may or may not happen, and who am I to say that what is or isn't gonna happen? I don't feel like that's my place. However, I do feel like people misunderstand these energies that we're working with from the inside out. And there's a lot of misunderstandings and a lot of limited beliefs around it. Even beyond those that are even able to let go of their religious beliefs, oftentimes New Age spiritual beliefs are religious beliefs just repackaged in another way. And so I really feel like it's important. All that I am up to and what I represent is about connecting you back to you so you can move about life in a different way. Because once you're connected back to you, you're connected back to you, and there's no undoing that connection again, because it sets you off in a whole other path in self-discovery, self-awareness, and getting to know yourself and remember who you really are. And so I feel like the most important thing I can do, or any healer, quote unquote, can do, is direct you back to yourself, show you how to connect with yourself, offer and hold a space for you to do that. But it's all a consciousness job. It's all a mind job, and it's all really an energetic job from the inside out. So oftentimes people are looking for a lot of things to happen on the external, and really from so far what I'm noticing is most of what shifts and what changes is, at least with me, is my inner world, how I feel about myself, how I feel about the world around me, how I feel about relationships, how I feel about friendships, lovers, sex, good and evil, sexuality, marriage, children, corporations, the whole medical industry. These are all things that begin to shift and change as far as your mental perception. And once we begin to shift our mental perception, that is really what allows us to begin to see this world in a new and different way, as well as to begin to interact with it in a new and different way. And different possibilities start showing up. Things that we never thought possible begin to show up as far as experiences we can have. Does that mean that I'm gonna poof in a poof of violet smoke, like I imagine, and be able to transport myself wherever I want on the planet? And I know I can blink myself and do that, but I just think, oh, adding a big poof of violet smoke just sounds so fantastic. You know, whether that ever happens or not, isn't going to, for me, gauge whether or not I have successfully lived my life here on this planet, as well as lived out this lifetime. It is not about the external things in life. It is not about the outside things of life. It has everything to do with what's going on the inside. And when we take care of the inside, funny enough, the outside has a way of taking care of itself. So that feels good for awakening, and another look at awakening, not waiting for things to happen outside, not waiting for things to change on the earth to change ourselves, not waiting for our friends and family to get it, quote unquote, and not forcing them to get it or thinking that if they don't get it that there's something wrong with them. We've got to let people alone. We need to stop meddling in each other's fucking business. It's your life and your responsibility, so just figure out you and don't worry about everybody else. And if we didn't spend so much fucking time worrying about everybody else, could you imagine how much energy we'd have back? So just something to think about. Just something to think about. Everyone's going to do what they're going to do anyways. So just think about maybe not investing so much energy and attention in others and refocusing that energy and attention on you. Because you're worthy, deserving, totally lovable, and you matter, just like everybody else. So you got to take care of you, because if you're not taking care of you, who's going to take care of you? All right. Everybody, you guys are awesome. You guys are fantastic. I'm going to do a little pan around here once I sign out, and then I'll then I'll just close out. That's what I'm trying to say. I just want to give you guys a little view of the beautiful surroundings that are all around me here, and the energy that we filmed today's show in. Again, I want to thank everybody for tuning in live, as well as all those that tuned in the archives. And we'll be back here tomorrow at 11 a.m. Until then, surrounding everybody with a big, huge, giant hug of love. See you tomorrow, everybody. Mwah! Bye-bye, everybody. You all rock out there. Lots of love.